Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this tutorial, I am going to show you how you can use Ajax request in React.js. So let's get started. First, open this page app.js. Okay, now let's create a new file. So I am creating a new component. Again, click here, click on this new file, then giving file name. For now, just creating a file for get request. So Ajax get example dot js, then import React. So import React from React, then class Ajax get example extends React dot component. Now returning simple message. So render return h1 Ajax get example. Save it. Now let's export it. So export default Ajax get example. Click enter, semicolon, save it again. Now back to again app.js file. Now here add a route for this Ajax get example component. So again come here and type Ctrl D, then adding path. So Ajax get example, changing component name to Ajax, and you can see it's showing. Click on this, so it's get imported. Now save this file and open terminal, new terminal, then giving command npm start. So my project is going to start. Wait few moments, it will open automatically in browser. Now it's launching in browser. So my home page is open. Now change it to Ajax get example. Open this page. So it's showing plain text in h1 tag. Now open console, inspect console, clear it. Now let's do our Ajax coding. For first you need API, so you can access API and show the API data in Ajax. Now let's read data from API. So in previous tutorial of JavaScript, I created a two PHP file, which is for one is for post example and one is for get example. So let's see the PHP file again. Opening my PHP file code. So you can see this is a two PHP file. First open this get save data.php notepad, and you can see it's open. So you can see I added a 3 line here, which is header. So what actually it does, I will show you later. Also open this get file api.php. So if you don't know about how to create this file, you can watch my previous tutorial. So basically these two files, one is first api.php, which is loading data from database and showing in our API or web page, and second is for saving data in our database. Let's see the database first. Localhost php myadmin. Open this and you can see this is simple table with some data. So basically my PHP file what doing is show this data using api.php and save the data using save data.php. If I open this page, localhost /js example then api.php, and you can see it return the data of our database in JSON format. You can see this data coming in JSON, and you can see its whole is JSON array, then inside this JSON objects coming. Now let's see how you can read this data in our project and how you can access this data from API using React.js. So now let's do one thing, comment this. So I will show what is the difference between if you don't use allow access. So I will show you what happened if you don't allow this. Let's comment it. Now let's access this data in our React project. So come again, open VS Code, then come to here. Now let's do one thing, import a library, which is, you can see, install this Axios library in your project. So you can simply install it by npm install Axios. So copy it command. Now again come here, back to VS Code, then type Ctrl C. So our project will close. Type yes. Now paste the command. So first clear it, then paste the command. Now you can see it's installing Axios. So I am using this Axios for making Ajax request in React.js, which is simple and it easy to use. So let's do it. Wait for installation complete. Now you can see it's get installed in our project. Again clear the console, then npm start. So our server get started. Close this and refresh this. So my project is running. Now let's do main step, which is showing data in our page. So first let's see how you can show data when our page is ready. Means when React.js app is ready, then instantly we need to show data in our page. Now let's see how you can show data when our page is ready in React.js. So you need to override the method again, component did mount. Override this method. Now here we need to call Ajax. So this will call only when our component did mount. Now let's do our Ajax coding. So again, first import Axios. So import from Axios, then Axios dot get, pass the file name. So file name is our this API URL, pass it here. Then so it return data in promise. First promise is function response, then second promise which is failed function error, then final is always. So final is always. Console.log run always. Console.log run on error. Console.log error. So printing the error message also. Console.log success. Console.log response. Now save this file. Wait for compilation complete. Now it's running. Let's open our page here, and you can see Corius policy didn't allow. So that's the reason I am using here header in our PHP file. So you can't access any other server file API directly. So the API must be allow access course origin. So let's see what actually I'm saying is you need to enable this header. So this will allow our host to access this API using Ajax. Save it. Now again refresh this file, and you can see this time I am getting the data from Ajax. Open this, and you can see there is lot of things. First is config, which contain URLs, headers, and many things. Then comes to data, which return our HTML data or API data coming from API. Then also here comes headers, which header is coming from API. For now, just let's print the data only. So access data only, console.log response.data. Save it again, and you can see this time it print data here. You can see you can access the data using Ajax. Now let's show this data in a simple table here. So now using state for showing this data in our HTML table, I already showed in my previous tutorial what is state, how can you use this state object. So let's see. You can watch my previous tutorial for more about state. For now, just using state and giving equal to, then object, and giving input data like input colon, and giving it objects or array symbol. Now save it, then come here, set the value here. So here you can see if I call this dot set state, it will not work because you are already inside the promise function. So let's add the comment. This dot set state not work because you are already inside promise call, so it will not work. Then you need to use another way like where current this equal to this. So access this object before calling the API. Now you can access this current this, then current this dot set state. Now you can see you can access this set state from current this, then input and passing the data. So response dot data. Save it. Now let's see how we can show this data in table. So again here adding react dot fragment, save it. Then adding a table. So table. Now let's see how I will print this input data in table. So in return expression you can't use for each loop for showing data. So there is another way. You can use array.map method for showing data in this return, because you can't use for each or for loop here. Let's see. This dot state dot input dot map, then data arrow, then here adding tr, then TD, then printing the value. So printing the value data dot id. For now I just print the id value. Let's see, and you can see you get the id of each data. Add a border here also, border equal to 1, save it, and you can see it's print only id. So in this way you can use data of array without using for each loop or for loop, directly using by map method. So what actually does it does here? So this method map will return each data in data, then I will show this data in single expression. So this is just an expression. You can see every data in input come here in data. So it's just like for each loop which come in data, then I will print only the value. Like also if you want print other value, then name, email, save it, and you can see you can successfully print the data. If I refresh page, and you can successfully get the data. So in this way you can use Ajax in React.js and show data when our page refresh. So you can see if I open page, it's showing the data. So this is very important point. You always need this, how you can show data when our page refresh or page load and it's showing data. Now let's see how you can add a filter event. So let's see. Now let's see how you can call Ajax again after page load. So currently it's calling when our page load, but now let's call on some event like filter event. So let's see here, adding first input type equal to text on change this dot filter data, close it. Now let's create this filter data function. So again filter data equal to, so here I created an arrow function. I already saw in my previous tutorial what is the advantage of arrow function, because we don't need to use bind method in constructor. Add an event param. Now let's access the value console.log event dot target dot value, save it, and let's see you can get the value. So now let's see how you can filter this data using Ajax. So come here, again copy this code and paste here. So it's simple, just add a param, because I already show you how you can filter data in my previous. Now adding only param name equal to. Also remember this, if you don't know about API.php, please watch my previous tutorial and create this file if you get confusion. So here I am passing only name, which is event dot target dot value, because if you pass name, it's showing data in filter format. Let's see, you can see if you pass name, it's showing data in filter format. Now save this, come to Chrome, refresh page, and here is one error. Okay, do one thing, when you are showing data in table or any list format using map method, add a key in attribute. Let's see, here it's showing error. So add a key equal to data dot id, so our data will be unique. Again come, and you can see error has been gone. Also there is one error, t body. So surround our code in t body. Okay, here t body. Now there is no error, and you can see error has been gone. Now let's try to filter data. So if I type R, you can see data get filter. So in this way you can use filter data and call again Ajax when our page is ready. You can see it's working. So each time if I click on this clear, every time when I type something, Ajax is calling. You can see. So this is a simple example of Ajax GET request. Now let's see Ajax POST example and how you can submit data in database using POST. So let's see. Again come here and close this. Now let's create a new file. Come here, new file, giving file name Ajax POST example.js. So first copy this page simply and changing class name to Ajax POST example. Export this here bottom. So now remove this. Also remove this. Changing title Ajax POST example. Now here also remove this table data. Save it. Now save it. So it's get formatted. Now let's add input here. So I am just copying my previous code of HTML. Open this. And here I already created, and here I only created an input, and here I already created input for my previous tutorial. Copy this, close it, come here, also remove this, paste here. Now let's fix this error. So adding slash here, also here, here, also here and here. Now save it. So it's get formatted. Now open app.js file and adding a route for post example. Control D, post Ajax post example. Save it. So it will get formatted. Copy this URL. Now let's open it. Now let's see how you can save data in server using Ajax POST request. So again come to here, then adding an event here. On click this dot save data. Let's create this function, copy it, save data equal to arrow function. Also here on change equal to this dot save inputs. Copy it and paste here. Also paste here and also paste here. Now save this. Also it get formatted. Let's create this function. So here save inputs equal to arrow function, then adding event. Now in previous tutorial I show you if condition for saving data in this state, but now this time I am showing how you can save the key value data like key is this name. Okay, change it to name first. Name and change it to qual and change this to name. Now this time I am showing how you can save dynamic key value in inputs. So in previous I show you if condition for saving key value, but now this time I am showing you how you can save dynamic key value in state. So let's see. Enter this dot set state, then parenthesis. Now let's first add a key variable where key equal to event dot target dot name. Then again braces. Now let's see how you can set dynamic key. If you type keep, it will not work. So you can add square bracket, then key colon event dot target dot value. Save it. Now on save data, just print this value console.log this dot state. Save it. Now run it. Console. And you can see you getting dynamic key value, name, input, call, and here missing name. Now again refresh page and you can see if I click on save, you get dynamic state key value. So in this way you can use square bracket for setting dynamic key. If you use directly, it will not work. Let's see. You can see. So you can see it's not work with direct. So you need to add square bracket. So in this way you can set dynamic key value. Now let's see how you can save this data. So again come here, then where current this equal to this, then axios dot post, then pass URL. So URL is our, copy it, double quotes, paste and change it to save data dot php. Also do one thing, and you can see it accept post method also, and I allow with any request. So these three headers are very important. For now it's close it. So let's pass data. So a square curly braces, then first is name. So this dot state dot name, then age, this dot state dot age, then email, this dot state dot email, then qual, which is qualification, this dot state dot qual. Save it. So it's get formatted again. Then function. So first is success, then response, console.log response, success, callback. Again copy this, paste here, error, error callback. Again, always callback, always running. Save it. Now let's try to send data to server using post method. Let's see. Refresh page. Type something. Now it's show error because we are sending data in JSON format instead of form data because our API taking input in form data. You can see request name which is taking input in form data, but we are sending data in JSON format. If you see here, I am sending data in application JSON format, but you need to send data in form URL encoded. So let's see how you can do this. Again, come here, copy it first, then comment it, and adding a comment. Use for JSON post request. Then come here, paste it, save it. Now this time use for post form request. Save it. Now this time create a form builder. So first delete it, then where form data equal to new form data, then form data dot set. So first set name value this dot state dot name. Again type Ctrl D, email, age, qual, email, age, qual. Then here pass the data, form data, then add a header. So again headers, adding a headers here. So here save it first. Now it's get formatted. First adding content type application /x www form URL encoded. Now save it. So this time it's using form post request instead of JSON post request. Save it. Now save it. Again refresh page, giving name like ABC. And let's see. Now this time you can see it's showing in form data instead of JSON data, and method is form data. And if you check, and you can see response here, and you can see response, it's showing inserted. So our data had been saved in our database. You can see new data has been inserted, and these two data are coming from JSON request which is empty, but these data coming from form request and it get saved in our database. Now let's see one more thing, one shortcut way. So come here and again comment it, copy it first, then comment it. Let's see one more shortcut way. So here you can see I am binding every value in set state, but let's do something different, like object, then this dot input key equal to this dot event dot target dot value. So every value I am storing in input. Let's see if I print this value again. Here console dot log this dot state dot input, and here instead of creating this, use for loop for where data in this dot state dot input, then form data dot set data is key, then pass value. So this dot state dot input and pass the value which is data. Now let's see what happened if I run it again. So come to Chrome for sending data. Let's see this is working or not. Again something, okay, there is error, cannot set property name of undefined. Let's see where is this error. Save input JS11. So let's see the error. So here it's showing input error. Okay, here is error. This dot state. Now save it. Also let's see in bottom. Okay, this is okay. Now save it. Refresh page. Now let's see if it is working or not. Again it's show error. But if you click on this, and you can see input store our all data. So in this way you can store every data in input, but there is error. Let's see what is this error. So you can see error is 67. Let's see line number 67. This dot, okay, here is error, comma. Save it. Now try again. And you can see it's get inserted. If I click on this, and you can see it's get inserted. So this is a shortcut way for writing every input in this dot state dot input key. So I have stored every value here in input. Then using this input I create a form data. So I am just using shortcut way for sending data to server. Or you can use long way like this for defining key value. You can see here I define key value for sending data to API. So I hope you like the video. Thanks for watching. Please like our video and subscribe our channel.